What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Dirty Derbs Racing YouTube channel. We are back with some more Firebird content. I know I've been doing a lot of third gen Firebird stuff lately, but it's just kind of what I have going on. Tomorrow we were supposed to go racing in Conesville for the Door Slammer series, and it's kind of a no prep or a pour your own puddle type of deal. And the Firebird was going to go and do the streetcar class. Well, it's kind of looking like rain, so not going to do that. But we're going to go to Cordova tonight because it's a beautiful sunny day. It's like 75 or something. It's a perfect night, and I want to go do some more testing with this because last weekend, as you've seen, it just wasn't a very good day at the track. Trying to get the trans brake and the two-step stuff dialed in. Well, I'm pretty sure I have all that figured out for the most part, and I made two changes that were huge to this car. I'll show you what they are. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to change is the gear ratio and or tire size, because the 3.0 gear with a 28-inch tall tire, I could almost go through the 660 in first gear. I shifted, I don't know, maybe I went to 550 before I shifted, but it was a long time, so I knew that I needed a gear change. We went and got the ET Street R tires, which was kind of class specific for the class that I wanted to do tomorrow, but it's a 275/50, so it's still a 275, but these things are fat. I'm pretty sure they are actually wider than the 275/60, which is a 28/10.5. So driving the car around makes the world of difference. This thing, I mean, I could cruise the avenue at 40 mile an hour, 45 mile an hour in first gear, and it would be like comfortable, happy, just because the gear ratio was terrible. Now, I'm not going to say it's 100% perfect, but it is a billion times better than what it was with this smaller tire. So the transmission's happier, the torque converter, it's happier on the torque converter, the shifts are happier. So I am extremely excited to try this tire out. Hopefully it hooks good at the track, which it should, but it might not. So that is going to be a huge difference. But I've also got another goodie that I've been hanging on to for a couple of weeks, and I just put it on the other day, and the difference that this thing made is astronomical. So as I stated in the last video, how this thing has full exhaust. It has a full 3-inch exhaust all the way out to the bumper. And the V-band coming out of the turbo is actually 4-inch. So it's a 4-inch to a 3.5 to a 3-inch. Extremely restrictive. So what we did, we got a loud valve. And I'm not a welder. I'm just an idiot with a welder. So don't judge me. I'm going to paint this all black here soon now that it's all done. But we got a loud valve. And basically, I merged this into the exhaust, and it shoots right out of the hood stack. This valve is not electrical. It's vacuum actuated, or it's boost actuated. It opens up at 7 psi. So it's going to be completely normal and quiet until you're in like full tilt boogie. When it hits 7 pounds and that thing opens up, this car at like 55, 6,000 would just lug after that. It would roll in really, really hard, and it would just kind of fall on its face, and which it's not really supposed to do with this big turbo and everything else. Like it should just, and the cam, that's what I was going to say. It should really make the most power up top, but I can tell that it was extremely restrictive, which I was positive that it was the exhaust, but now I know for sure, because at 5,500 and 6,000, this thing starts to rip even harder than it did before. And the difference is just, I can't even put it into words. It's insane. So I put this on the first rip that I made. It actually made 20 pounds of boost, and I never touched the boost controller. So that's how restrictive it was, because last weekend it was on 15 pounds, and that was the most I could get out. I mean, without turning it up. So without changing anything, just adding the valve, it relieving all that back pressure, gave it 5 more pounds of boost. So we're gonna head to the track, and I think I've already got fuel. Same setup as last week. I've changed nothing other than tire and the boost valve. So I know I had a goal last weekend to try to get like a 140 60 foot. Well, I don't think that's gonna happen this time, but even if I were to get a 1.5 60 foot, there's no doubt in my mind this thing will crack off a 950 with ease. So I think we'll shoot for 950, 960 today. If we can get that, I'll be pretty happy. And obviously, hopefully drive it home, go cruising tonight with it. So let's go. So it took me a little bit, but I think I got this thing perfect. That's my old exhaust pipe, hater pipe that I made like last year or whatever. But check this out. Perfect. All right, guys, we made it to the track. We are in the staging lanes. They are about to start sending people down. So, all right, guys, getting ready to make our first test pass here. Close. Racing another dragster, so that's going to be fun. Pretty good run. The car right before the finish line, I must have blew a boot off or something because it fell on its face. That or it hit some sort of safety. So there's a ton of people here. Hopefully this is a one and done pass, which would make a short video, but I'd be okay with it for today. We'll see what happens. Hello, 5203.
5203.
I want the fast slip.
There you are.
Thank you very much. It went a 950. That's exactly what I thought it would go. Like on the seat, on the butt dyno, a 950 is how I felt it was gonna do on the street. That is insane. And it still went a 1.6 60 foot. 147 miles per hour. That is nuts. I've been shocked. Like, I thought it was pretty quick. I didn't know it was that quick. We'll check the data log. log and see what it says. I'm freaking stoked. That's awesome. Depending on what the rules and regulations of that race is, what he's doing. So basically, make sure you follow his guidelines. I enforce a lot of just generic track rules. Right lane exits first. I don't care if you're pro mod down there. All right, guys. I kind of slacked off on getting the camera going and everything. We're here at Conesville at the Door Slammer Series. I'm racing another black 3rd gen. I got left lane. The left lane's not looking too great, but hopefully we just get out there and see what happens. I've raced this guy before. It's a pretty quick car. We're just gonna see what happens. Right lane, Woo! We got first round. I got the hit on him. I spun 2 times. Pedaled it a little bit, and I still stayed about a car and a half in front of him. I really hope the guys got some video from outside the car. Kind of all happened so fast, I didn't set any of the cameras up, but we got first round, baby. Let's go. All right, guys, we're about to make our second pass, and there's actually only 4 people in this class, so not super exciting, but I am racing a buddy of mine, Anthony Grossman. His car is very fast, and he does this every weekend. His car is very lined out and detailed, and we're just out here winging it. So we'll see what happens, and see what happens. That ain't good. Alright guys, we're back at the shop. We didn't film too much after our last attempted run. So here's what happened. Sitting on the starting line, I got this thing spooled up. I didn't want to wait for him to get in line, and then I also didn't want to screw myself to not be up on the trans brake and two-step. So I pulled up to the line, I put that thing right on the button and held it there. Well, that didn't work out for me. All of that white smoke was the transmission line. It got so hot and toasty. It kind of runs through here, it kind of follows this red line, which is tucked up away from the exhaust. But that thing blew apart. And this is this is my own fault. This is just regular AN line, which I've used. The S10 still has regular AN line on it and not PTFE line. So it blew that thing, let me try to focus there, blew that thing clean apart. So oiled the track down. Those people were not super stoked. I did pull over as fast as I possibly could once I saw what happened. I apologize to everybody on the line and everybody, all the racers. I tried to apologize for oiling the track down. It probably took him an hour to get it back, but so cost me the race. The car was doing really, really well. Like, it was moving out. I didn't have the draggy going. It wasn't charged. I was slightly unprepared, but it was moving out. It was going fast. So we will get new lines on the car tomorrow. Obviously, we're going to get the proper stuff put on there. And that goes for the S10 as well. The S10's getting some right off the bat, so this never happens again. So that's kind of what happened. Sucks, but part of racing. And we'll get back together and try it again next weekend.